all's well that ends well.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today we're flapping into the queue with Maha, its Feathers Knight. This commander is a big scary owl. It's flying, it's trampling, it's only 5 mana, and it reduces your opponent's base toughness on their creatures to 1, which means that if you happen to have something like a Knight of Soul's Betrayal or a Kervek in play, all of their creatures are just dead due to state-based actions, unless they have +1/+1 counters or anthem effects to help buff them up. And in case they do, don't worry, we can give more than just -1/-1 with cards like Toxic Deluge, Massacre Worm, Perforator Crocodile, and all the other cards that give -X/-X. Maha is very, very scary, and as a mono-black deck, you know that this deck is chock full of removal. We can start the game out by just attacking our opponent's hand with Duress, Inquisition of Kozilek, Thoughtseize, maybe even reanimating the cards we Thoughtseize, and then following up with some very strong threats like Gifted Aetherborn, Deep Cavern Bats, Orcish Bowmasters, and some ramp to help us get from 3 mana to 5 mana to 6 mana. Though the biggest thing is actually turn 2 we get this down, so we can turn 3 get down one of these Kervek the Spiteful or similar, and then turn 4 Maha its Feathers Knight, locking down the game before it can even really begin. Because we're killing so many creatures, it's also great for us to be drawing cards, exiling things from graveyard, and even though we do have some 1/1s in this deck, it's still worth it to get the extra effects, because Maha is good enough on her own to end the game. She's a huge flying creature, and with the other big creatures we have in our deck, we're able to trample over our opponents to deal the final bits of damage. So we're going to take Maha into the queue, and we're going to have a hoot of a good time. Korvold, Fakehurst King. Korvold is a sacrifice commander, a gemmed sacrifice commander, and this hand is kind of cool. It has 2 pieces that work directly with my commander, but I am missing a 3rd land. I still do think that this is going to be worth keeping, and a lot of that's just because we have this Pendragon Besiege. This is an arena-only card that shrinks our opponent's creatures, which we can do kind of preemptively in order to set up for Maha, or just kill our opponent's creatures as the time and the game goes on. Arboreal okay, I guess I'll be shrinking their Arboreal Grazer with Pendragon Besiege. Not exactly the biggest move I could be making, but it's a move. Cool, I did get a 3rd land. That's great, because it means next turn I can play the land and the Celestus. Shrink! Oh, Galagreators. You will be the one who shrinks next. You have a smaller toughness. I don't have a choice, by the way, if there's a card that has the least toughness. It's just gone. It chooses it doesn't target. I didn't realize that. I'm gonna go for ramp over attacking their hand. And the Galagreators gets -1/-1. They're looking at this like, what? Yeah. It's like that. Cool to have some digital-only cards that work nicely here. They can also just not play creatures, and eventually it will go away, but they are not choosing to do that. They want to make sure they have sacrificable goods like treasures. So this is going to let me pick which one. I think I'm going to play Knight of Soul's Betrayal and pick the Provisioner. Oh, actually, it's going to force me to take the Ghast unless I play this first. Oh, well, I'll have to play it first. So this will kill the Shambling Ghast. These both have 1 toughness. We get rid of the Provisioner. Knight of Soul's Betrayal is now in place, too, to get rid of anything that just has a base toughness. But their commander specifically gets more toughness as you sacrifice things. I think they'll sacrifice this Grazer here, since I'm gonna kill it otherwise. And Korvold has a base toughness now of 2 when we play Maha because of that +1/+1 counter. And now 3. All these counters are going to be adding up, and adding up. I wonder if I want to play Obliterator next turn. That's probably not good enough to race. I think it's going to be better to, like, Jet Medallion Bat, or if I get a land, play Maha. I got a land, so I'm just going to play Maha. So any other creatures they play are going to die. Yeah, Korvold's bigger than Maha, and Korvold's going to grow and grow and grow. But their things are going to shrink and shrink and shrink. What, you got a mono green counter spell? What's holding priority here? There is a spell in green that could be killing my stuff. Oh no, they're getting rid of Penrigan Besieged. Okay. So I won't be shrinking Korvold each turn. Privateer's Overlook sacrifices itself. Korvold grows. But they don't have enough mana to replay Korvold. So if they attack in with him, I may actually block with Maha despite these two being here. Oh, never mind. They're just going to kill Maha. Because Maha is not a dragon. She's a bird. Korvold grows. Ooh, fell to Profane. That sounds pretty good to me. Start with the Jet Medallion to get the discount. And we kill Korvold. And now, this bat, if I play it, will die. But it would let me look at my opponent's hand. I'll hold it for now. They only have 5 lands. Korvold now costs 7 mana. A Duress. All of these are creatures. It's like I can wait until I have like Vein Ripper out, because then my opponent will lose life from my bat coming into play. Oh, baby Nissa! Hey, baby Nissa. You gonna put an elf into hand? They sure are. Allosaurus Shepherd. Don't play that Allosaurus Shepherd. Don't play it. Don't play it, Korvold. That's right. You don't want to do that. That's dangerous. Maha kills the Nissa. He dies to state-based actions. Also known as, she has no toughness, so she dead. Now if you play Korvold, he'll die. Everything will die. You could play a Hydra that enters with counters. Anything else, though? It's not surviving. GG, Korvold. Massacre Girl, known killer. Hey, that's a member of this deck as well. They're going to be withering our creatures, because Massacre Girl gives all of your creatures wither, meaning they deal combat damage as -1/-1 counters, rather than damage. Also draws you cards if things die, because their toughness gets itty bitty 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 bitty. I imagine they're also like playing Maha in this deck. I'll just play the Bowmasters. Arena? Okay. Arena was taking its sweet time there. Bring out my little Flesh Scourger. This dude's just in here because I like it in black decks. It gains you life to like help pay off the amount of life you pay for everything else in mono black. And it has Menace. And Ward. And it's cool looking because it's a worm. Oh, they're ramping and ramping and ramping. We have a lot of 2-mana ramp in this deck, too. Yeah, she's just a little bit of a murder girl. She likes the Moida. Would I love Twitch chat even if they were a worm? You know? Just might. They're gonna drown this in Ichor, which means that it will get a reduced toughness. But they will also draw a card, and the Bowmaster says, oh, you've drawn an extra card? Allow me to deal 1 damage to you and get myself a little orc, which you might kill and then use to draw a card. Oh no, they're cutting down the Bowmasters now. Because they only have 1 creature, I'm not going for Maha. I'm gonna bring out Shouldered to kill Massacre Girl. And then swing in for 1! Who is this baby Sholdred? This is middle-sized Sholdred. Her name is Sholdred. Oh, did you mean Bowmasters? Yeah, Bowmasters and Sholdred coming out so close together. Sholdred the Apocalypse is kind of fun. Also, remember how I said I like having some life gain in the deck because mono black loses a lot of life? Yeah, that is what is happening right here. They are losing a lot of life. Kind of a fun Agadeem's awakening in the future. I kind of want to save Maha so I can, like, Maha and Nightclubber next turn. That would require me, like, making the treasure or getting a land. I'll just go for this. Maha! We attack in. We're not blocking. Unless... No, they're not blocking. You think it makes a little plink noise whenever you hit somebody with the Bowmaster? Oh, nice. Blood Artist. We have big Blood Artist in this deck, but not little Blood Artist. By big Blood Artist, I do mean Bane Ripper. Right, I should use names of cards. It's hard. Sometimes I forget. They have a block and sacrifice off a Yara and Blood Artist if they really want to. She can sacrifice any black creature. They also have this Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but not enough mana to animate it and attack. Oh, I've definitely called this Blart many times. Okay, Shambling Ghast. We're gonna go ahead and Nightclub here. I am going to Blitz it, because I'd like to draw a card at the end of turn from it. Sacrifice Blood Artist, so they draw a card. But it means they'll be gaining one less life, since a Yara's death won't be seen by the Blood Artist. Great. I'm going to swing in, and I'm going to use the Spy Master's Vault to have Maha connive. 2 creatures have died, so we get to connive 2. We'll drop Toxic Deluge and Shambling Ghast. And that is off by 1. What do we draw? It's a swamp. Got enough mana to replay Massacre Girl, but yeah, that doesn't take care of Maha. Blood on the Snow, bringing back Yara, that will gain them 1 life. I could have actually left that in the graveyard, but we have a better thing that costs 5. I mentioned before, I think we have a cool Agadeem's Awakening here. And yeah, we do. 5, no 4, 3, 2, 1. Completely refilling the battlefield and securing ourselves a nice little Shelly and Bowmaster. GG, Massacre Girl. Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd. This little puppy can blink everybody's permanents. If she blinks her own permanents, she even gets bigger. This is going to be kind of tricky for us to play against because I don't have any way to kill Phelia in my opening hand. And yes, I know, we shouldn't just be trying to kill the dog. But the dog is scary because it can blink exiling effects. It can blink card draw. It can blink all sorts of things that are really, really good for them. All right, so now I have a way to, you know, hound the hound. We've got our Shoulder's Edict, so when they flash out Phelia, maybe I'll respond to it. Oh, Cold Steel Heart go down the hole. I guess they won't be flashing out Phelia this turn. I could save Nightclubber. This is gonna seem kind of cute, but I'm just going to play it. Because if they want to blink it, they will be giving their creatures -1/-1 at the end of turn. It'll, like, re-enter the battlefield and do some stinky shrinkies. Boromir, you're not blinkable. Bro, what? What are you even doing here? Do I feel like ramping? Oh, I feel like playing girl. I'm a really big fan of girl. Gotta be one of my favorite genders. Especially like Massacre girl. Known killer. We just played against one of these. This is real fun. If creature dies, toughness less than 1, draw a card. Plays very nicely with Maha. Would you like to blink out your puppy? No? No puppy violence? I'm gonna go key to the archive. I don't want any of this. Corrosive Grip is probably the smartest thing for me to take. Or a Lightning Bolt, but I feel like they're going to be destroying this. So I'm going to take the Corrosive Grip and just throw it in the graveyard. And play Palaka Cavern. Massacre and Girl, 2 of your favorite genders. Wow. So much. Alright, so Phelia comes into play. And yeah, I'd mentioned before, Loran, gonna destroy the key to the archive. That's why, since none of those were black spells, I didn't feel comfortable keeping any of them. Now, if they want to attack in with Phelia and blink the Nightclubber, Nightclubber will come back into play and kill Loran. And if they don't blink the Nightclubber, I can block Phelia. Now, you can sacrifice Boromir, make the puppy indestructible, and even make it the Ring Bearer. Aw, I'm going to a wedding later today. I wish there was a dog as the ceremony head. Anyway, let me just say there, Wither happened. Instead of taking damage, it got -1/-1, and Massacre Girl went straight through that indestructible. By the way, I also forgot that was going to happen, so please don't think, oh, our opponent is so foolish. No. I also forgot that was going to happen. I'm playing the Jet Medallion. I might destroy it, but that's alright, because we have 2 real nasty creatures on board. Massacre Girl, who draws us cards and kills things, and Ecclesot, who attacks the hand and makes bats or draws us cards if they can't. Or if they, drop lands. Oh boy, it's Maha! It is Maha! Hey, you guys already have 1 toughness, so, like, Maha's just a bird. Like a cool bird, but just a bird. I might even use the Ifnir Deadlands to kill Loran to draw a card. The perfect Maha counter. Creatures that already have 1 toughness. How would they ever dare do such a thing? We're gonna exile my Zots. 2 hots to Zots. I don't gain life off damage dealt if it's to creatures, though, because of the Wither, right? No, I do. Because damage is still dealt. Alright, so they are, they're turning Ecclesots into a tapped land. That's okay. That just means I'm gonna have a bigger girl. We're gonna use the map to explore. Okay, Mind Stone. I don't really need a Mind Stone here. I'm gonna use the map to explore. But use my Deadlands. That's fine. I'm gonna use the Spymaster's Vault. Ooh, Liliana! And I'll drop Edict. Oh, I don't have double black. Because Cabal Stronghold wasn't used for any of this. Still 7 damage to face. Yeah, Liliana is so ready for murder. Oh, a Selfless Spirit. Selfless Spirit. Truly, how selfless are you? Are you selfless enough to die? Yeah, it is. They'll just sacrifice it in response. Just kind of doing it now when it's not very useful to them. Liliana the Last Hope. They only have 7 life left. I'm trying to force them to flash out Phelia to double block here. Or I'll just use If Near Dead lands and they won't have any creatures. We each draw a card. Yay, card draw. It takes 2 to block a Massacre girl.
I'm calling the shots here.
If Near Deadlands on the farmhand. And now they can't have 2 blockers, so Massacre Girl is going to swing in unfettered. She's kind of the alternate commander for Maha, so that works out just fine. GG, Phelia. Bonny Pall, Clear Cutter. This is the Pall Bunyan. She comes with a cow, she's got reach, and she also brings lands into play from your hand or your graveyard whenever a creature attacks. Hello, opponent, I expect you to ramp. I also would like to be ramping. I have a Dark Ritual, and I might use it to get Maha out on turn 3, or I could use it to get a Phyrexian Obliterator out on turn 2. That could be pretty nice, since a lot of their removal is going to be either counter spells or fight spells. People in chat are saying, why does it have a ward discard? Great question. It's because they want us to suffer. I have an Obliterator. Obliterator? I hardly know her! Phyrexian Obliterator out here making itself a very risky target to attack into with something like Bow, since Bow will have a power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. Yeah, they're not going to want to sacrifice the number of lands they control. That would be bad. Turn 2 Obliterator does seem fun, because it also gives me a 5/5 with Trample to just start swinging in here, and I think I'll do that. I have a 5/5 with Trample, and I'll start swinging in. I got a little ramp here. I could also go for the Morbid Opportunist, but I would rather just pop down a little bit more mana, so maybe Maha can come out next turn, or if they only have 1 creature, not Bonny, Shouldered could take it out. Right here, like, this will still take out Bonny and leave them just with Bow. Since I have to sacrifice a non-token creature. No, Iron Crag, nobody ever wants to transform. I transformed this by accident earlier today. So, Bow, you interested? You can swing in. Yeah. Equip me! No, Iron Crag, nobody wants to equip you. I can also just keep swinging in with the Obliterator because of the they don't want to block. Or I could destroy Bow even though they'll get a fresh one. I think it's best for me to go Jet Medallion, reducing the cost of my black spells. Morbid Opportunist. And rather than hold this removal, I fell the Profane. Preacher to Schism. I know I'm doing all of this in first main phase. It's because if they have a counter spell or anything, I want to see what it is. Okay, it's 3 steps ahead. I'd rather one of those get countered over Maha. Even though Maha is my commander, can come back from the command zone. It's worth less than a 3-drop. They only have 8 life left. Ooh, but it looks like they're doing some land destruction. I also do see they have a Dust Bowl up there. Getting rid of Fountain Port. Fountain Port can make little fishies for me. And when all of your opponent's things have toughness of 1, the little fishies are extra tasty. They will also get themselves a land. Oh, Arid Archway. That's nice with the Spelunking since it comes in untapped. Eek a Dusk Bowl. Eek. Oh, looks like Bow craves violence. They don't have any legends out, so they can't use Otawara here. Okay, so like we have Perforator Crocodile and Maha. If I Perforator Crocodile first, this becomes a 1/1. This will become a 6/6. It'll lose them life. They can't block my creature that has Menace. Maha didn't need to come out here. Let's see if this is a counter spell. They've got something holding priority. No more Kami Bamboo Groves. It's gone. It's dead. We draw a card off Morbin Time. Ooh, Vein Ripper. Swinging with each of these. Yeah, they kind of have the life total is low issue. Oh, wait. Bow is legendary. They can use Otawara. That's totally fine with me. They go down to 2 life. Bow's mere existence is killing them. If they played Bonny, they could kill Bow and get a fresh one, though. I'm not blocking. Hey, Bonny! A creature has died. It's Morbin time. So I can just swing in here, and that's lethal, since they can't block everything. Maha, you didn't actually do anything this game, but you're still a great card. Hi, Marshal Arguel. Hi, Marshal Arguel. Hi, Marshal Arguel. Wow, I gargled his name. Is a very strange commander, because it's a commander that you want to die. He already has 1 toughness, which means that us making his toughness into 1 doesn't actually do very much. Oh, I'll hit that Xander's Wake there. He dies. The first time he dies, you get the backside of Arguel's Bloodfast, and then you get Arguel's Bloodfast, and then each time he dies, you get 2, 4, 3 white and black vampire demon creature tokens. This all adds up to being a very strange, repeatably sacrificable card. Alright, so that would make that happen twice. This is some removal. And Sun Titan also gives them a way to reanimate it. I'm gonna hit the Arcane Signet because they only have 2 lands in hand. Or like 1 in hand, 1 on play. Illis Ilkor, creatures dying. Drain us of life. Thankfully, we're gaining tiny bits of life off this bat. Ooh, Gary! Everybody say hi. He's so devoted. Ooh, even more sacrifice stuff. So Bart will give them a way to kill High Marshal Arguel on demand. You already have 1 toughness. They sure are on 2 mana, though. Feeling for them. Alright, they got a 3rd. Now it's time for Arguel. I wonder if it's Arguel or Arguel. Arguel. I don't know how to say names. Why even bother? Oh, let's bring out the commander. My commander, who changes very little on this board. But it is a 6/5 flyer with trample and a ward cost. They can ramp by sacrificing this because it does turn into a land. It's R-rated Guile. Teysa, creatures dying are now going to double trigger. So this will get them both sides. And they have a way to bring it back, but it doesn't look like they want to risk that. More sacrifice outlets. A way to draw a card. Ooh, Liliana. I think Liliana and Bitter Triumph are going to be my picks here. And pay the 1. And I'm discarding the Thought Distortion because 2 of the 3 cards in their hand we know are creatures. I don't feel very pressured to defend Liliana either. They were all creatures. Yeah, the third one is a Forgefire Automaton. So because they have a sacrifice outlet, 2 sacrifice outlets, they get the double triggers here. I think I'm going to kill Teysa. Pay 3 life. They will get a card drawn off this. But I want to make sure that there aren't 4/3 white and black vampire demon tokens. Those seagulls or geese in the background. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like the flock of birds on Castle Ardenvale that we were hearing there. I decide if I want to kill Ellis Ilkor, just for the sake of killing Ellis Ilkor. I don't know, sometimes there's just weird noises in Arena. Sometimes they make sense. Sometimes there's like spooky sounds for spooky things. Oh, nice. Reach the multiverse. This will fill up their graveyard for Sun Titan, but also it'll get me 2 things. Let's find out which 2 things we get. Come on, something that kills everything. No, that's a Shelly. Oh, that's pretty good. Pavlenio is also pretty nice for their strategy. If I wanted to go for more reanimation, Forgefire Automaton. Two lilies is really tempting. For now, it is not what I crave. I crave more damage to the face. 1 more hit from Maha should be pretty good. Now remember, these are going to be making a couple of flyers. But trample and 1 toughness. Even the bat trades with them. Am I going to be drafting today? I don't think so. Ooh, Bajuka Bug. Maybe I can get their commander before they bring it back. No, I think they're going to Sun Titan this turn. I'm doing a short stream today because I am going to a wedding this afternoon. So we're just, we made Maha real quick this morning. And we will put together this beautiful video for everybody to see. I know we get a bog. Walking with creatures for Liliana, I don't feel bad about. Since I can just get more, like, card draw off it. Marshall's back. They do have 2 different ways to sacrifice him. This one gains life, which is probably going to be more relevant here. Yep. So many beautiful vampires. And how many of them are swinging at Lily? Just the 1? Okay. Nobody else wants to attack through my small army here? I love that Bart is just like, I'm tougher than everybody else here. Good for you, Bart. they double block Maha, we could cut down one of them. Could also cut down Ellis Ilkor. He's a special little boy. With his special +1/+1 counters. I'm hitting Ellis Ilkor. We'll pay the 1. I'm doing that for the Spy Master's Vault. Yeah, Maha. Okay, Crocodile. Crocodile, I think, will be pretty good to end things, whereas the Bajuka Bog just kind of makes their commander not happen as much next turn. But they can still bring out other things next turn. I actually think that Perforator Crocodile is going to be a cooler play. Let's do it. Okay. There is no Sheoldred, and there's never been a Sheoldred. She's taken up farming. She's retired to a life of peace and harmony. And hoes. Good for her. In dismembership? She's got the membership to the dismembership club. Sorry, the witch membership club? This one. Yeah, Maha, who makes the booties shrink and makes people very susceptible to stab wounds. So, in response to me playing Perforator Crocodile, they can and should sacrifice, like, everything else on the board. Pass the blockers. I wonder if I could get them to sacrifice 2 things here. Because they can even use Castle Ardenvale to make a little guy. Wait, they're letting me kill Bart? Oh, maybe it's because they want to kill Maha with, the Shelly. That gives me lethal, but... They don't know that. They don't need to know that. They don't need to know about my stab wounds. And by my stab wounds, I mean your stab wounds. Yeah, that's a lot of you, huh? So, their many stab wounds bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed. And rather than attacking for lethal, we'll see if we can kill them here. So they can sacrifice a creature to gain some life. But it's not going to be enough. The highest toughness they have is 3. And they have 6 stab wounds bleeding out all over the arena. GG. Wendigo Moon! Wendigo Moon is playing Sovereign Okinec Ahau. Sovereign Okinec Ahau is a commander that cares about growing your creatures based on the amount they've already grown. And since we care about shrinking their creatures, this is going to be a very strange battle of the buffs. The more they can increase their base power and toughness, the harder it's going to be for me to kill them using the minus effects and, well, Maha reducing their toughness. I could either set up like a powerful blocker here, but I'd rather take a look at their hand. I already don't have an easy way to get rid of Okinec Ahau because of that word cost. So let's see. Oh, Kami of Whispered Hopes, Great Henge, and Bossery. Because I already have creatures on board, I'm gonna go for the Kami of Whispered Hopes. Kami of Whispered Hopes is going to be another hardened scales effect, and if they don't have a creature to put counters on, with things like Bossery, I can just attack him down as he grows. And if the only creature I have to deal with is Okinec, he's just buffing himself, and I can block with a Death Touching creature, because we're a mono black deck, so we have creatures with Death Touch. Lots of them. I'm being asked, do I have any Crimson Vow boosters for a impromptu booster draft at the wedding I'm going to? Sadly, no, I don't have any Crimson Vow boosters. Wow, Ozolith too. So even if a creature with the counters dies, now they'll be able to bank those counters. I think the best thing I can do here is just kill Okinec before any counters are placed, before they even get priority on their turn, so they can't cast anything. Yeah, I pay 3 life. That ward, the ward cost is gonna make it just so much trickier to get through here. Do I have the magic card Wedding Ring? It was reprinted in a precon, right? I think they reprinted it at some point. If they did, I have one. It's in one of the Doctor Who ones. Yeah, I think I have that. Well, 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 what do we have here? Something that's already got 1 toughness. Right now, I'm just making my devotion massive. Playing Vein Ripper over Maha since I have the mana. Thank you, Nykthos. And, oh my gosh, if I get another land, I can, like, Phyrexian Obliterator and still have, like, 10 mana left over. Hi, Bossery. How big are you gonna make this Galagaritas? Hello. I mean, you're indestructible, but I'm still blocking. This is a nasty boy ward. Okay, Shadow Spear. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. GG. Sauron, the Dark Lord. Sauron, the Dark Lord is the Grixis control, or Tempted by the Ring, and a Mass Commander. It's kind of both. It's just a generally very good card because it punishes your opponent for playing the game. Any spells get punished. So I think the right move here on this Duras is to hit Dark Ritual. I also am a deck that's running Dark Ritual to try to ramp into my commander extra fast. It's scary. It's really scary. So yeah, we're getting rid of it. I'm gonna play Solar Transformer since it does come into play tapped. I'm running a lot of the 2 mana ramp spells because they're pretty nice in a deck like this. Solar Transformer being one of the cuter ones. Alright, they do have removal. I could still play Massacre Girl, and that would at least get them to use Heartless Act. Children will punish me for drawing cards. Ow. Girl, I was drawing those. Now here's the question of, do I think it's worth it to just Toxic Deluge hit the shoulder here, or do I want to wait and see if they play Sauron next turn? I'm gonna wait and hope that they play Sauron next turn, so I can, oh baby, it's a triple. Because that will also draw me cards. If Massacre Girl isn't just, you know, acted upon in a heartless manner. Oh, no, they're playing an envelope. That tempts them by the ring. Soldier is now the ring bearer. Solemn Simulacrum's just a guy. I think they'll swing in with Shelly. Start of the turn. Losing some life because we're drawing a card. I'll play that card. And swing it again with Massacre Girl. Vein Ripper will help me stabilize and maybe just be enough of a threat that, like, we're offsetting what Children's doing. If they want to kill it, they'll have to sacrifice a creature. No, they're actually killing Massacre Girl? Okay. Well, there goes my card draw off the Deluge. Oh, okay, they were just setting up for this so they could get around the ward. That's totally fine. Please play your commander so I can obliterate it. Please play your commander so I can obliterate it. fine. X equals 5. Enjoy your card draw. For anybody wondering, Amy, why not Maha and X equals 1? Well, if I had enough mana to do it this turn, I would. But I don't. And I can't block the shoulder because she's tempted by the ring and she's dealing too much damage for me. Sauron comes into play. That'll make it so Sauron also leaves play. Non-token specifically, so even though they get the amass, that amass ain't enough. Back down to 5. If I play Maha here, this actually gets more toughness. Very cute. So here's Aklazotz. They do have that Hall of Storm Giants. Alright, Sauron the Dark Lord. Let's see what they have in hand. Was a Spell Pierce. Gonna gain some life. And again, get rid of Sauron without targeting him, because targeting him is just, it's so dangerous. You have to sacrifice a legendary creature or artifact. And yes, it's flavorful, it's thematic, but it also makes him just really annoying to try to kill. Oh, look at you, you discarded a land. Aklazotz gives me the Bat-Sklazotz. That didn't work out. I still said it. Oh, hey, Shelly's back. Oh, double Shelly all the way across the sky. I didn't want to lose 2 life. Ooh, my very own Takanuma. I'm going to see what I draw off the attack here. I'm not attacking with the bat, so I have more blockers for Hall of Storm Giants. Because it's just, like, not quite lethal here. Got a Thoughtseize. What does it mean? Choice of iteration means they look at 3 cards. 1 goes in their hand, 1 goes into exile and can be played this turn, and 1 goes to the bottom of their library. Oh, thank you, Gorillas Animus. I like this dress, too. Also, GG, Sauron. Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief. Ivy is all about copying spells that target one of your creatures. Ivy also will try to target, or copy spells that you cast that target one of their creatures, but those are usually kill spells, so they don't actually want to do that. I do have a 3-cost creature here, but I think I want something that's a little more early interaction. Yeah, like Bowmasters would be a great one, or Pendragon Besiege, which can even get through most protective spells, since Ivy is a very tempo commander and is going to get started and keep rolling really quickly. Kind of depends on, like, what mana they leave up here, or if they just play Ivy. Alright, they just played Ivy. So I'm going to go for Pendragon Besieged. All 3 of these have 1 toughness, and I'm going to choose to kill Ivy. Now, like, Lotus Cobra is there. Lotus Cobra will let them play it again. Doesn't matter. Each time this dies, it costs more mana. Yeah, they're looking at this thing like, what is that? This is the card that kills Llanowar Elves. And also Lotus Cobras. And also Ivy. It's mean. It's a mean card. But if you have no creatures, I get no Pendragon Besieged. Also, I can just, like, Knight of Souls Betrayal. Hopefully, and just get rid of all of the 1 toughness things. It's like our deck is built around killing things with 1 toughness. Paradise Druid? You can even hit a Paradise Druid. I kind of like Morbin Time here, since this is going to draw me some cards. I'm going to kill Llanowar Elf over one of the Lotus Cobras here. If they had a fetch land, I think they might have already gone for it, and they didn't. Also, it's Morbin time. You want a Maha? It's Ladies' Night? No, it's Feathers' Night! You sure do have 8 mana, though. It was a fetch land. Oh, it's also Morbin time! Hi, Ivy! So, just a couple guys. Just Morbin. couple dudes. Doing some morb stuff. This is such a mean deck. But, like, that's exactly what we expected from it. GG Ivy, sorry for this. Etrata, deadly fugitive. She makes it so assassins dealing damage to your opponent get you a card from the top of their deck. A card that gets cloaked and put directly into play. Etrata is also a card that has gotten a little bit better, but mostly in paper. There were a whole bunch of new cards printed that are super good for this. Bird, please. Actually, I'm like looking what I have in hand. Phyrexian. They're not gonna have that many counter spells. The ones they do have, I will hopefully play around accordingly. I say, with them about to counter my Jet Medallion. There were a lot of assassins printed in Assassin's Creed. They did not come to Arena, and it's such a bummer, because I really wish we had them here. So unfortunately, because they did that, I have a much more awkward start with my mana. And I also won't be able to double spell the way I hope to this turn, so they will get to steal something off the top of my deck. I'm going to throw down this Black Market Connection. Also, yes, I have 2 different Phyrexians in hand. We also have a couple of Sholdreds in here. Ooh, 2 Etratas! That means they're both going to trigger. You got 2 cards. I have no idea what those cards are. Anyway, here, have me paying the 6. Gosh, I sure do love paying the 6. Gonna pay colorless and colorless. One of my favorite things to do with Etrata is turn her,
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
turn the whole deck into assassins with Massacre Nexus. I'm trying to decide here if I want a Grief. Yeah, I do want a Grief. I'll Grief exiling, I think, Vein Ripper, since they have quite a few 2 toughness things that are setting up nicely into this. And I know, does this feel a little redundant? Yeah. Is it awesome? Also, yeah. Alright, Lively Dirge. Very Mastermind. I'm not really lining up to draw too many cards here. I'm alright with this. They can flip these up or cast them. All right, eeny, meeny, miny, you. Get another card out of my deck, though. Okay, so the card that they had stolen was Fountain Port. They're conniving. Very sneaky of you. One of the Etratas got slightly babied because I gave it -2/-1 until end of turn. Oh, look at you and your heightened toughness. Yeah, I love paying a 6. Looks to me like it's time for a Stab Wound or a Massacre. Stab Wound is more permanent, but Massacre Worm is... it's gonna resolve because we have the Phyrexian named land here. You know, I'll take the one that I know is gonna work. Those kids can get stabbed later. Hello, yes. Can't be countered. And all of these cards, unless they want to flip one face up to make it survive, are gone. It's a Phyrexian Obliterator! Girl, you shouldn't have. That's so scary. So the Obliterator can obliterate my Liliana here. Ooh, nice. All right, so I'm going to sacrifice Lily. Since I'm not blocking. Giving up the worm. The worm. Oh, I can't pay the 6 next turn. Dang it. Nice, big Etrata. Lame. I wanted to pay to 6. I'll probably die. See if they have a counter spell. Since this is counterable. Oh, it absolutely is. We're gonna give them a nice, hearty, good game. And take lethal damage. GG, Etrata. Pantlaza, Sun Favored, the dino that discovers. Sometimes it's a dinosaur deck, but I've actually run into an ever-increasing number of Pantlazas that are blink decks. Looking to blink Pantlaza so you can discover into more blink, so you can discover into more blink, so you can discover into more blink. Some of those blink cards have additional value too, or let you blink multiple times, like an Ephemerate. So you just keep on blinking. Let me see what you got in your hand. I want to target their ramp first. Okay, so that this is, in fact, it's one of the blinks. You can see it right here. They have a blink spell, and a blink spell. Even though they don't have red mana, I think I'm gonna hit the Domri here. Since it is their ramp piece. And it would also give them a way to potentially kill this Deep Cavern Bat if they did scry to a red source, which they will need a red source, and then have these guys fight. I don't want that. I don't like that. I could hold up a kill spell with Feed the Cycle. I'd rather just swing it with the bat. And hold up, I guess, Orcish Bowmasters. And I'll probably throw this out no matter what, just as, hey, it's in play. You want to draw extra cards, I'm gonna hurt you for it. If this was the kind of commander that I think had like an infinite draw combo, or was just looking to draw a ton of cards like a Tameo deck, I'd be more likely to hold that in hand. Since they have Iganjo, I could try to get them to kill the Bowmasters with it. Because again, I mentioned I don't think that their deck has that much in the way of card draw. But instead, I'm just going to play Phyrexian Obliterator. Cool. And chill. Did they change Bowmasters in Arena? Yes, it doesn't trigger on enter the battlefield, or I would have flashed this out and respond to it attacking, dealt 1 damage to it, and then blocked with the 1/1 token. Trying to force them into an Ephemerate. Teleportation Circle is going to be getting them currently just a scry each end step. Also, I guess, pseudo-vigilance. Maha, not what I want right now, so I'm going to Duress, check out their hand, see what they have. Roxanne and Ephemerate. They will be able to play Roxanne next turn, and they will be throwing rocks. Will they be throwing rocks at, though? I'm not sure. I'm going to hold the Feed the Cycle. Because I think my best move is going to be to wait until their end step and kill whatever they target with Teleportation Circle. Whether that's Pantlaza or Roxanne. I could also kill it before then, but there's no reason for me to wait. Yeah, you should throw rocks at the Obliterator. He loves when you deal damage to him. Boop. Roxanne. He's gonna turn on that meteorite and hit Bowmasters? Or do you want that Domri back? Cool. I want that Domri back. They target Roxanne. No, they target the Charming Prince? Okay, so they're targeting the Charming Prince so they can target Roxanne with it to get the pseudo-vigilance and the delayed blink, I think. Yeah. It's approximately the same move. Oh my gosh, what if I had a Roxanne? Oh, yes! Die, Charming Prince! Always gonna be worth it. There are a couple blink spells, by the way, including Charming Prince, that actually return things back under your control. Whatever I get here is just going to the graveyard, so, putrefy. Now I am the one who rocks. And they have enough mana to play a land, play Domri, and then play Pantlaza, I think. Because of the meteorite. I mean, that's why I want the meteorite. Because Roxanne is going to be dealing 2 damage, and we're going to be making toughnesses into 1. Rocks and stone. Dwarves into chat. Hi, Pantlaza. Pantlaza discovers and finds... Ooh! Luminous Broodmoth. Even if their creatures die, they will come back to play with flying. And now they want to do another Dino Discovery. And this time it is Sneak Attack. Ooh, that's really scary. Sneak Attack. Especially with the Luminous Broodmoth. So we're gonna kill the Luminous Broodmoth. Nice 1 toughness you got there. I also have a feeling that they will not want to block my Phyrexian Obliterator. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I don't think they're gonna want to block my Phyrexian Obliterator. Roxanne and Maha. Honestly, a match made in heaven. These two were meant for each other. Also, yes, Maha does mess up Pantlaza because now they can only get 1 drops. It's secret tech! You blink your dinosaur, you discover 1. You get your ephemerate. Congratulations, you ephemerated. Except ephemerate's in the graveyard, because I made them discard it. You get the other 1 mana blank. Cloud Shift? I think Cloud Shift. But maybe they'll get a Swords to Plowshares off one of them. They probably have Swords to Plowshares in the deck. I would run Swords to Plowshares in my Pantlaza deck. It's a really good piece of removal. Okay, Atali's Favor. Pantlaza will have 2 toughness and discover 3, getting... Okay, that's a blink card I've, like, not seen. Scroll Shift. Oh, it's one of the ones that draws a card. Okay. But you just put his pants on. So you're gonna blink the Atalis because that discovers 3 instead of discovering 1. You drew a card! Die. Relic of Legumes allows them to tap that Pantlaza for mana. Sure? Guess I'm fun to sneak attack. Who you sneaking? Wispweaver Angel. For the blinkies. Pantlaza loses his pants. Comes back into play. Discovers 1. Oh, this Wispweaver Angel's gonna die. Oh, they got a Hobbit. It's not Pantlaza, it's just Laza. Alright, I actually feel a lot safer with them playing this land because of the kind of odd interaction of they need to discard a card in order to hit Maha with removal, and they won't have cards to discard. Unless they, I guess, put one into hand off the Discover. Pantlaza is going to blink again. What if this time it'll be the Swords to Plowshares? Because of Roxanne, I also get extra mana off these meteorites. Oh, they actually have no more 1-drops left. They're not running Cloud Shift, I guess. Sorry, Pantlaza. You're fresh out of 1s. Only made change with their whole dang deck. GG, Pantlaza. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope it answered the question of how many licks does it take to get to the center of your opponent's deck? Is it a 1, a 2, a 3, or is it just playing one single card, Maha, to reduce their toughness on their creatures to 1? This deck is brutal, and we won most of the games that I played with it because Mono Black Control is strong. And Mono Black Control, with a very well protected commander that ward discard a card does some serious work, is just very brutal to deal with. I also mentioned this earlier in the video, I think it got cut, but I really don't like owls. They are evil, vicious creatures. And this is perfect for that theme. I once had an owl keep me awake for like a week straight while I was camping because it was just following me around and having a territory battle while I was like, please, I don't care. I just want to go to bed. If you're looking for the deck list, description of the video. If you'd like to suggest a commander for me to brew from the most recent sets, please leave a comment saying, hey, Amy, I'd like to see you build whatever. It doesn't even have to be a Bloomburrow commander. I'm also still brewing things from Thunder Junction and Modern Horizons 3 because there were so many commanders that came out in the last couple months that I'm still catching up. And we only have like a month and a week to go until the next set comes out. Seriously, Duskmourn comes out in a month and 10 days from when I'm recording this, which is nuts. Yeah, just please only request commanders that are in Arena. That's a good point, Wapok's in the chat. Sometimes people request cards that are unfortunately not in Arena, and I hate to say this, but the Bloomburrow Precon commander cards were not brought into Arena. So no, I can't build Bello, or I would have built Bello on the first day, because I think he's a really cool commander, and I love raccoons. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.